Good morning, football fans, and welcome to 3 and Out right here on iSports Radio, your directory for all that is sports. Oh my goodness, was that not a week? I mean, seriously, the NFL this season has been a fun one. We have had these insane football games, man. Let's just jump right into the action. Thursday, Turkey Day, Thursday, I don't know, whatever you want. Thanksgiving, football feast, Turkey Day feast, whatever you want to call it. It was wild. Starting off with a very good Bills-Lions football game. This Lions team is really sick of losing because, well, they showed it. However, ultimately, Bills win it. It doesn't matter. Lions still look good. Bills, though, continue their mean streak. Cowboys and Giants was one for the books. This rivalry is just awesome. And, well, the Cowboys pulled it off at home, but, man, what a game. And the Vikings-Patriots. I mean, if you want to talk about two teams who did not want to lose on Thanksgiving night, yeah. Unfortunately, somebody had to lose, but damn, it was a great game. Next up, over to Sunday. My goodness, the Browns take out the Bucks in overtime. The Bengals will top the Titans. Fins over the Texans. Well, I guess that was expected, right? Anyway, Jets will knock off the Bears in what was basically a game that we all thought was going to, I don't know, I thought it would be a pretty good game. Ended up being kind of a one-sided one. Commanders over the Falcons. We have the Panthers knocking out the Broncos in a little frustration from a teammate of Russell Wilson. Chargers get they said, screw it, we're winning now, we're going for 2. I'll take it. Okay, cool. Chiefs pretty much just do away with the Rams the same way that the Niners did with the Saints. Oh yeah, my Raiders actually got a victory in overtime. 2 weeks in a row? What is this madness? Raiders winning? What? And then, of course, Eagles and Packers. Yeah, that was a pretty close game. A fun game. I thought it'd be a little more lopsided, but you know, it was a good one regardless. Eagles take it at home. And last night, Steelers over the Colts. I was pretty excited for that game. That was a pretty good one, and Steelers earned it. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuned in live to 3 and Out right here on iSports Radio. Your directory for all that is sports.
Sports fans, do you like teams that are tough, cities that are tougher, and fan bases that are passionate about their teams? How about teams that are historic and stadiums that are iconic? Then you belong in Chicago, and you need to check out Chi-Town Weekly. Join me, Adam Kernan, every week as we keep up with all things Chicago sports. Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, Cubs, White Sox. We'll cover them all, plus more. The Windy City is always buzzing, and we'll keep you up on all the big games and major stories. So tune in to Chi-Town Weekly every week right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
It's been 20 years since Brazil lifted the World Cup trophy. For Neymar and Gabriel Jesus, that is unacceptable and must be changed. The 2022 World Cup comes to the USRN family of networks in November.
up, everybody? This is Darren Rodriguez. Are you a fan of volleyball? Are you a fan of Thunderous Spikes? Then I have the show for you, Set Point, where I cover NCAA men's and women's volleyball, high school boys and girls volleyball, beach volleyball, and even professional volleyball. Catch the action every week here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hey sports fans, do you like wine? Well, we've got the show for you. This is Let's Wine About Sports, a show where we talk about wine and sports simultaneously. From the classic Cabernet Sauvignon all the way down to the grapes that you've never even heard of before. Oh yeah, we cover it all. And we'll talk about a little bit of sports as well. Football, hockey, collegiate, women's sports, it doesn't matter. We're going to talk about it all, and we're going to whine about it all. So join me Monday at 8 p.m. on IU Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
That is correct, ladies and gentlemen. IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Well, here we are back at it, and oh my gosh, you guys. Well, today will be a little bit of a shorter show. I'm just going to kind of breeze through some things here. But I'll tell you what, we certainly have ourselves a good one because really, this week speaks for itself. I really can't do it as much justice as I would like to, but oh my gosh, it was freaking wild. Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Oh, well, actually, no, sorry. Lions on Thanksgiving. Let's just be real. This Lions team is sick and tired of losing. They've won 4 games this year. They look pretty good. This is a strong team right now that's just has a crappy record. And you know what? I respect these guys. I think the Buffalo Bills respect them too. It was a hell of a game, guys. 28-25. Buffalo Bills earned this one on the road. They just used their stadium the week before. Buffalo used Detroit Stadium, that is. And hey, I mean, really cool for the Bills. They'll earn, they'll earn 2 victories in the same place, right? Regardless, though, I thought this was a really good one here. Super excited for these Bills and what they have done. And it's something special they got going on over there in Detroit. So, awesome stuff there. Next up, something special they got going on in Buffalo. And, well, Detroit, hey, there's something brewing over there, too. Next up on Thanksgiving, well, very simple, y'all. The Cowboys and Giants, it's a rivalry. Duh. And you gotta love how these two teams went at it on this day. At the half, 13-7, the Giants were leading this one. Honestly, the Giants looked really good versus the Cowboys. And then you see them just kind of stutter a little bit in the third quarter. They had every chance to do it in the fourth quarter, couldn't get it done. Cowboys overpowered them, but man, it was a good one. Giants score late. I'll tell you, this was definitely one of my favorite games of the week, as those Cowboys earn it 28-20 at home. Oh, by the way, Bills win it 28-25. Then we go on into Thursday Night Football, Vikings and Patriots. You know, want to talk about two motivated teams. The Patriots are sick and tired of being talked about as the team that no longer has Brady. And, you know, they're not that great anymore. This team is extremely tough. And, I mean, they're over 500, guys. I get it. They're 6-5. That's very untypical of a Patriots team right now, but they're still getting it, and they're really good. And then we talk about a Vikings team who I feel is probably, I mean, this is one of the better Viking teams I've seen in, 10 years? I mean, over a decade. And the defense is firing on all cylinders. You have an extremely motivated team. I am very, very blown away by what this Vikings team has done this year. I had no idea. This has got to be my surprise team of the year. And here they are. I mean, they were leading. New England was actually leading 26-23 going into the fourth quarter of this game. And it was all Vikings in the fourth. They win it 33-26 on Thanksgiving night. So what a day that was. Let's go ahead and roll into Monday, as this was just a weird, weird day in so many great ways. The Browns, I mean, give it to these guys, man. I was excited to see Jacoby Brissett go out there and play good football. They're 4-7. Yeah, we know they're not winning no Super Bowls this year. If they do, then I mean this year just gets weirder, right? But you got Tom Brady and the Bucs, and the Bucs are just like it's frustrating to see them because of the talent they have. I know some people are just kind of like have written them off completely, and you know what? I get it. I mean, I wouldn't write them off completely, but I don't see this team going as far as they did. I don't. There's no way. I don't see that happening. Because if this team is going to continue to play as they have, they don't really deserve it. I mean, that's all there is to it. This game was kind of a gimme. I'm not quite sure why they lost it, but I mean, after watching it on Sunday and we'll see every game on Sunday. That's the hard part for me to zone in on one game. But I'll tell you right now, this game was probably, I don't know, it was really just a toss up from the start. Buccaneers didn't really seem to have too much firepower early. But the freaking Browns, man, they came out and balled. So 23-17 later, the Bucs will drop one in Cleveland. Good for the Browns. 4-7 on the season, and the Bucs are now 5-6. Next up here, we have the Bengals over the Titans. This was just a kind of an odd game too, because you have two teams that you have one team, the Titans, that I don't know, with the way the Bengals have been playing this season, I kind of thought the Titans would roll over them, but it didn't happen. And, well, hey, surprise, surprise. Okay, so I understand, I do understand that Higgins is absolutely going off right now and playing very, very, very well. Regardless, the Titans, I kind of thought should have won this thing at home. I mean, they're leading their division. This just kind of goes to show you, though, can they compete with other teams outside their division so well? Is this why they always get the number one, or they've gotten the number one seed last year? Or the last couple of years, and they fizzle out early in the playoffs. Titans got to fix it. That's really all there is to it. And the Bengals, well, hey, they got themselves a nice little victory, 20-16 on the road, and they will jump to 7-4 on the season, as the Titans will drop to 7-4 themselves. Next up here, we have the Fins over the Texans. Yeah, it was expected, right? The Texans are now 1-9-1. Dolphins are 8-3. 30-15. Fins win it. What else do you want me to say? It's kind of what we thought, right? I mean, the Texans are just terrible this year, and the Dolphins are, hey, looking pretty good. It was kind of what was supposed to happen. That's all there is to it. Next up here, Jets over the Bears. Okay, this just, it freaks me out to see the Jets good, because the last time the Jets were good, we had Mark Sanchez leading this team here. And, coffee's done, you hear that? Jets over the Bears. Like I said, last time they were good, we had Mark Sanchez, and, he was leading the helm, AFC Championships, about over a decade ago. And then before that, you had Curtis Martin running the ball, Well, Rex Ryan and Mark Sanchez a couple years after them, but before him. But before that, it was Curtis Martin running the ball. I mean, the Jets are just kind of weird, Seeing them good is a little odd because we're not used to seeing that. But I'll tell you right now, this Jets team is motivated. 31-10. The Bears actually have a pretty good little attack right now going on. They found their quarterback in Fields. They look pretty all right. But the Jets said, not today, not in my house. 31-10, 7-4 now on the season. The Jets win it, and the Bears will drop to 3-9. Next up here, the Commanders win a game that they, should have won. Don't get me wrong, the Falcons aren't this horrible team that needs to lose every game because they suck. No, it's just the fact that, they don't really have the complete team. The games they've won has been surprising, but good for them. Marcus Mariota has been doing some great things. Now, the Commanders are just a team that we all think and thought would be, somewhere in the middle of the road area, and look at they are. So it's kind of, they are who we thought they were, right? And this team is probably doing exactly, they are exactly where they need to be. Will they make the playoffs? I think it'd be kind of cool if they did, to see all the teams in the NFC East make it. Regardless, 19-13, a really solid day. Heineke is the guy over there. I think it's there's no way around it, right? He's totally making it happen. And good for him. So, Commanders win this one. Nice victory for them. Panthers over the Broncos, 23-10. The Panthers, my gosh, I want to talk about a mess. Regardless, they're finding ways to earn a few victories. 4-8 on the season now. Broncos dropped to 3-8. Okay. Parcells had some words for Russell Wilson. I'm not going to escape this, right? We got to talk about it real quick. Parcells had some words for Russell Wilson on the way off the field. Everyone's saying it's frustration because they're losing, or because Russell Wilson's been not playing so great. I don't know what was said, and I don't really know unless somebody was right there or it's been released of what actually was said. Regardless, look, guys, football is a very emotional game because you pour so freaking much into it. It is the most physically demanding game in the world. I don't care what anybody says. You have to be extremely strong. You have to be extremely fast. You have to pour in hours upon hours I get it. So do all the other sports. I understand that. But this is and then on top of that, you're freaking hitting each other out there on that field. It is very physical. It's a very tough game. Okay. I understand. I played football now for, my gosh, over 2 decades. And yeah, you guys, it's a sport where you're going to get in someone's face. You're going to get in teammates' face. Teammates' face are going to get in your face. You're going to get in the other team's face. It's just, they're going to get in your face. Sparks are going to fly. We're a bunch of testosterone-ridden dudes out there who are just a ton of meatheads who are going at it. It is controlled chaos. Yes, you're going to see sparks happen every now and then. You see it happen when guys fight. It happens. And yes, you do get friendly fire where, people get pissed off with their own teammates. It is what it is. Let it go. Water under the bridge. Okay, peace out. If it continues, hey, Russell Wilson needs to find a new team. It is what it is, right? But I just kind of feel like things happen, and I wouldn't take that too serious at the moment. Anyway, Panthers earned this thing. Nice victory at home. And what can you say? The Broncos, Panthers, they're two teams that we're probably not going to see past the very first week of January, right? So, yeah. Anyway, Jaguars beat the Ravens. What the hell is that? How did that even happen? I'm just saying, this was, what the crap? We go into the fourth quarter. Baltimore's leading 12-10. Guys, Baltimore's leading 12-10? Is there something wrong with that? Baltimore is leading 12-10. It didn't seem right. I was like, wow, the freaking Jags are putting up a fight. Well, little did I know that fourth quarter was going to be extremely insane. And it came down to a touchdown scored in the 14 seconds to go, that is, by the Jacksonville Jaguars. And what happens? The Jags win. Insane walk-off touchdown basically at home. 28-27, earned it. Good for them, right? Good for the Jaguars as they earn this one at home, 28-27. They now advance, and this is crazy to think because this team has been so up and down, but they advance to 4-7 on the season, and the Ravens will drop to 7-4. Next up, the Chargers. You got to admire this, right? Last freaking play, or last a couple seconds here of the game. well, 15 seconds that is. Well, Chargers will score and will get a chance to tie it up. They were like, screw it, we're just going to go for 2. And they did. They went for 2. Scored 25-24. Bolts win this one on the road over the Cardinals, 25-24. How about that, right? I mean, seriously. The Chargers will now jump to 6-5 on the season as the Cardinals will drop to 4-8. I mean, that's out there. I did not see that coming whatsoever. I did see the Chargers winning that game, but I guess didn't see this one coming down to the wire like it did. And great job for the Cardinals. I know it's a moral victory that they played so well in this one, and it doesn't really matter because, close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. But if you think about this, it's in the right direction. It's a step in the right direction. I guess you could say for the Cardinals. So take whatever good you can out of that, right? And as for the Chargers, I mean, they're 6-5. I thought they'd be damn near undefeated by this point in time. We shall see. But hey, it's Raider week. It's Charger week. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. Charger Raiders this week. We shall see. Anyway, next up, Chiefs over the Rams. That's it. Chiefs over the Rams. Chiefs absolutely dominated. The Rams are finished. It has been the Super Bowl hangover from hell for the Rams. And, I mean, what else do you say? I feel bad for Coach McVay sitting up there trying to say all he can. This team just fell apart. It fell apart, and they just got to rebuild it now. I don't know what happened. It's derailed. They are 3-8 on the season now. But on the other side of this game, the Chiefs are looking pretty good. 9-2. They're dominating the West a lot of people thought they would. I didn't think so. I thought this was going to be Chargers and Raiders all day going at the top. Chiefs, a sprinkle of Chiefs in there. Wrong. No, man. No. The Chiefs are dominating. And, well, just another game they will swallow up. Next up here, Niners over the Saints 13-0. What the hell? Like, this weird game, right? Very defensive for a very long time. At the end of the first half, it was 10-0, and that's pretty much what it stayed. I mean, the third quarter would get a score, early field goal, and that's it. That's it. Defense just went at it. I liked it. I thought it was great. 13-0, guys. Niners will jump to 7-4, as the Saints will drop to 4-8. I thought that was cool. I want games like this where we see lots of great defense, not always about the scoring. So, tough go though for these for the Saints. I mean, once again, just a year that they want to forget. The Niners though, slowly climbing out of a hole. Make sure you get those little emoji looking eyes to one side, because that's exactly what's going on right now. Don't sleep on the Niners at the moment. All right, and then my beloved Raiders. I mean, wow. 2 weeks in a row. Let's not faint here. But the Raiders earn a victory. I'm sitting here hanging out football Sunday. My wife and I are chilling. And I just so happened to get the notification right before they scored. I couldn't believe it. And then we look at the computer, and oh my gosh, Josh Jacobs is running from like the 1 freaking yard line. 99 yards, I believe, something like that, across the entire field, and the Raiders win. Walk-off touchdown, 40-34. Beating a pretty solid Seahawks team, guys. The Seahawks are now 6-5, but gosh dang it, they've been a good team all year. I mean, not like super great, but they're better than a lot of teams, including the Raiders. And this week, I guess the Raiders proved they were better. 4-7 now for the Raiders. Let's not get too excited, Raider fans. We're not getting a parade this year in Vegas, okay? But a step in the right direction. I'll take it. 40-34 in overtime. Raiders are in this one. Wow, that was unexpected, but very happy. And unexpected after how they started the game. I was kind of pissed off after they started the game like they did. But it is what it is, right? Okay. So, next up, Eagles over the Packers on Sunday Night Football. I really, really thought the Packers were just going to fall apart on the field and the Eagles were going to take it to them. Silly me, right? Rodgers, I know. But they have been such a weird team to watch this year. Is it over for Rodgers? I don't know. Some people are saying he is washed up, retired. Some people are saying, shut up, that's our quarterback. Packer fans, and some are saying, let's just see what the guy's got. He's still Rodgers. it's been a weird season for these guys. My gosh, it's been a weird season. But 4-8 now in the season. I don't really know what else to say, but the record speaks for itself with how bad they've been. But damn, when they fight teams the way they did, the way they fought Philadelphia, it's hard. It's really hard to say that, that old team, that fighting Packers team isn't in there somewhere. So we're going to see what happens. I'm really, really intrigued to see how this offseason goes for these guys. I don't really see much happening more for them at this point in time. They'll win a few more games, but I don't know. The playoffs are a far-fetched thing for them, in my opinion, right now. And, well, we'll see how that works. But Philadelphia steamrolls. Well, they didn't steamroll, but they are on their path, man. They are 10-1 now. Exciting times right now for those Eagles. Next up, Monday Night Football last night. Hey, it was a good game. You know what? And what I like the most is the Colts are motivated. They're playing for their coach. They know that Jeff Saturday is a first-year coach that just got thrown into this after the firing of Frank Reich. And you know what? Good for them. They're playing for their coach. They're playing for this guy, and they want him to win. They want to win for him. And, you know, it's really cool to see how much effort this team is really putting forth right now in every which way. I mean, I get it. It's their job. It's the NFL. But I just really feel like they like that. They really love this guy. He's a Hall of Famer, Hall of Fame center. I mean, he's a football player, guys. And I know most coaches are. But at the end of the day, it's like somebody like him who's got all this fire and passion for his team. Why would you not want to ball out for him as hard as you possibly can? You know, and they are. However, last night, the Steelers were just a little too much for them. Very evenly matched teams, by the way. Two very evenly matched teams. I don't see anything that separates these teams by very much. And, well, the game was 24-17. I think that's exactly what separates them, a touchdown. I mean, really, if you want to talk about, if you want to talk about X's and O's, because these teams are so evenly matched. And you know what? It was a very good game. Overall, we have here a Steelers team who, they know playoffs are far-fetched for them as well. But they're doing everything they can in these last couple of weeks. I mean, really not last couple of weeks. We're going in December, you guys. December is madness. I mean, I love it. I love her. And the other day we were watching Thursday Night Football, and Bill Belichick saying, hearing that someone said Bill Belichick, or no, actually it was Brady. I was watching the Bucks and Browns game, and one of the commentators said that Bill Belichick has said that, he's told Brady many times, football doesn't start until after Thanksgiving. And my goodness, I mean, football is about to make a hard left. I mean, we're going to see a very, 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 I don't know. We're going to see madness. That's really all there is to it. It's going to be awesome, and I'm here for it. So let's see what happens, guys. So, all right, next up, let's take a look at the end of this week, and take a look at where we are in that playoff picture. So like I said today, guys, a little bit of a shorter show. My apologies. Totally kind of gets thrown together today. I know, kind of gets out there, but blah. We're all destined for a couple of these, right? Regardless, we are just moving along. Not bad for the primetime face-offs this week and everything as well. Once again, let me get to this stupid little end of the schooling here and everything. I promise next year will be much better, and we'll get back to the 3-and-out that you guys know so well. But as of right now, thank you for bearing with me. And, well, hey, we're going to make this year as best as we can. So, if the playoffs were to start tomorrow, very easy here. The Chiefs look about as good as it gets right now. They deserve that number 1 seed, and that's what they've got. The playoffs were going to start tomorrow, though. The current number 7 seeded Jets would fly over to take on the Dolphins. I would still take the Dolphins in this game. I really would. So I would have them moving on. Next up, we'd have the number 6 seeded Bengals taking on the Titans. Apparently, You just saw it. They just played. And honestly, I don't think it'd be any different. I think the Titans are a good team. The Bengals, though, I mean, once again, I still don't know. I don't think Jamar Chase is back yet. Let them get him back. I'm just going to go with the Bengals. I'm sorry. I've seen enough. I think the Bengals would actually win that game. Now we have Bills and Ravens going head-to-head. That's a toughie. Ravens, you lose the Jaguars. Everyone starts looking at you different. Just kidding. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of odd there. The Ravens are a solid team, but the Bills beat the Ravens earlier this year anyway. I just got to go with it, guys. I'm going Bills all day in this game. So what does that leave us? The lowest seed, I will go with the Bengals. The Bengals are playing the Chiefs. I'm going Chiefs. There's no way around it. And it would be the Dolphins taking on the Bills. That's a tough one, but I'm still going to go Bills in this game, regardless if they're down or not in the division. That means, of course, Bills and Chiefs play in the AFC Championship. And you know what, guys? This is a tough one. I've been picking Bills all day. This one, I'm still going to give it to the Bills, but it is going to be a slight margin. Oh my gosh. Everything wants me to pick the Chiefs right now. And honestly, I feel like I should, but I'm still going to go with the Chiefs if this game were to happen. With the Bills, if this game were to happen. Another week, though, like the way they've been playing, I don't know, I might change my tune next week. You'll see. But anyway, so then we go to the NFC. And we have the number 1 seed Eagles. I mean, my gosh, it's going to take a few teams to beat this team on the field at one time. Let's face it, they're such a great team. So, Eagles up top. Then we have the number seeded Washington Commanders. They would head on over to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Sorry, wrong. Vikings win that one. I just don't see them going any further than that. But that would be awesome because right now all 4 of the NFC East is in the playoffs. I love it. So, next up, Giants will take on the Niners. That's kind of tough for me because I love how the Giants are playing right now, but the Niners are fighting like hell. And you know what? I see this team being pretty solid. I'm taking the Niners in that game. Then the Cowboys will go on and take on the Bucs. And with the way the Bucs are playing at the moment, I don't know, but I'm going Cowboys. So then the lowest seed would be, of course, those Cowboys. Cowboys would go on to play the Eagles, and I think the Cowboys' road ends there because the Eagles, I think, would not obliterate them, but beat them. And then we'd have here the Vikings playing the Niners in the next round. This is such a tough one, but with the way the Vikes are at the moment, with as much as they have surprised us, I can't go nowhere more than say the Vikes earn it. I would go Eagles and Vikings head-to-head in this game, and as much as I want to pick the Vikings, I'm still going to go with the Eagles, and I would say Eagles and Bills right now in the Super Bowl. Who I would pick in that game, as much as I want to pick the Bills, because I've been kind of, blowing them up right now and everything, I'm still picking the Eagles to win this one, and that's how I would see it if the playoffs were to start tomorrow. Anyway, guys, that is pretty much going to do it. I know, like I said, I told you guys it's a little bit of a shorter show today. My apologies. But it was a fun one. And, the work grind and all that good stuff coming up, having to leave a little bit earlier, all that fun stuff, But next week will be a little bit different. Be a little more organized and things will be better. But, yeah, this week is just kind of condensed. So, a little 35-minute show. I'm never really for these, but I do it. So, with that said, big shout out and thank you to our Patreons, of course. Mr. Carson, Mr. Marcus Rose Great, Bay Area Apparel, Anonymous. Also, we thank you to all of our listeners out there. Number one above all, big thank you to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Without him, nothing is possible. And of course, big ups to all the listeners out there. Without you guys, iSports Radio is no possible. We want to thank you and show love. Check out iSportsRadio.com. Make sure you guys head on over to the iSports Radio store. Pick up some shirts, y'all. It's Christmas time. Got some hats, some stuff for you there. And, of course, big ups to the entire station. In times like this, where iSports Radio has just been, we've just been really, really, really busy. This amazing team has held this station up in so many ways. Just big shout out to Taryn Rodriguez and to Angela Winstead, just great people, and just the entire iSports Radio team. It's a great one here, guys, and we really appreciate you. Once again, my apologies for the watered down show this morning, but we just want to make sure we're still getting the show. Don't want to not do the show. So if it's a speedy kind of throwing together show, I'd rather have that than no show, So anyway, coming up this week, we got some picks to make real fast, and I'm going to do those at hyper speed. Let's do the dang thing, you guys. Week 13 is on the rise, and well, Thursday night football coming up in just a few days. Patriots and Bills. Oh, I'm going Bills in that one. Next up, Sunday, Steelers over the Falcons. Is that too much? Yes, I'm going Falcons. Bears over the Packers. I'm going to go Lions over the Jags. That's a tough one. But Vikings over the Jets. I'm going Giants over the Commanders. Eagles over the Titans. Ravens over the Broncos. Browns over the Texans. Seahawks over the Rams. Niners. I'm going to go Dolphins over the Niners. Yeah, I like that. Chiefs over the Bengals. Of course, the Raiders over the Chargers. I mean, come on now. And then, of course, Sunday Night Football, I will be taking the Cowboys over the Colts. And, of course, on Monday Night Football next week, Bucks over the Saints. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my time here today. Thank you so very much for tuning in and showing love, whether it is to me live here or to the podcast version. We appreciate you all. Thank you very much. And hey, we'll see you next week. Until then, take care. And as always, God bless.